Alrighty, and here we go. So this is going to be part 2 of migrating or upgrading, I should say, DrupalEasy.com to Drupal 9. So I have not done anything since the last time we met, since part 1 video, and my plan is to only ever work on this while I'm recording, so we don't skip anything. So I was thinking, over the past week about what to do next, and I think I'm actually going to do a few things today. I'm actually going to bump up PHP to 7.4 because that is supported. I'm already on 8.86, I think. How am I at? I'm at 8.86, yeah. So we can easily go to 7.4 as far as Drupal is concerned. I can do it with, on my local, I'm using DDev, and DDev supports 7.4. Right there, we can go all the way up to 7.4. And the other thing I have to check is, and I'm going to do this on another screen real quick, and I'm 95% sure this is the case, but does Pantheon support PHP 7.4? And I'm almost positive of that. So actually here, I can do it on the screen. I can just do a pantheon.io support PHP 7.4. We'll just do a little search here. Upgrade PHP versions, and yeah, 7.4 is available. All right, so let's go ahead and let's do that first. So I'm going to come over to my code here, and I'm going to make that change over here in DDev and save and close that. And then I'm also going to remember to change it in my pantheon.yaml to 7.4. All right, so we've done that. So now I'm going to do oops. I'm going to come down here in my command line, DDev restart, and let DDev do its thing. So while that's restarting, it's not going to take that long. The other thing I decided I'm going to do is I'm actually going to upgrade to 8.9 because there's really no reason not to. I think any time that I can upgrade to get closer to 9 is, it makes that final hurdle that much smaller. So I just went through the release notes. I didn't see anything that could potentially be a problem for my site. I skimmed through all of the changes and things like that. I think it's a fairly not problematic update. So we're going to do that as well. So let's see if this is okay. So that has restarted. So let's just go over to my status report and reload this, make sure everything is cool. So we are on 7.4.5, 8.86, and I'm not terribly worried about this. So we'll just keep moving forward with that. So if we go to available updates, we're going to see that the 8.9 update is obviously available. So let's go ahead and make that change right now. So I'm going to come back over to my composer.json, and this is for the project. And if I go to Drupal core recommended, I'm going to change that to 8.9. And I always have to check if there's what else is there. So I think that's the only thing. I don't have anything in required dev. If I was using the old Drupal Composer, Drupal project template, I'd have a couple things to update, but I think we're good with that one change. So I'm going to save that, close that, and I'll make this nice and big because this is going to do some stuff. So I'm going to do a DDev composer update Drupal /core recommended with dependencies. Drupal composer or DDev composer update Drupal core recommended with dependencies, and go. And this will take a couple of minutes to run. And I'm just going to make sure it gets started. So far, so good. I'll check back on it. The other thing I want to do, we're going to multitask a little bit here. And this is something I noticed, and I haven't even clicked the links yet. But I saw this: install composer deploy or git deploy as appropriate for more accurate custom versus contributed categorization and better available update recommendations. So I'm not sure what either of these things are, but if you hover over them, down here in the status bar, they're both Drupal projects. So let's check those out. I'm gonna open each of them in a new tab. All right, Composer's still chugging away over there. This project very similar to Git deploy. So that's Composer deploy hooks into the Drupal update system and attempts to provide the version of modules and themes from Composer metadata. So why would I want to use one over the other? Anybody play with either one of these who's on the call? No? Okay, normally, well, let's try, I do like, well, let's see, Git deploy is 2200, that was like 300, right? 300 sites. This one, version 2 requires access to the Git command and for the ability for PHP to execute shell commands. Version run once entirely in PHP requires it. Okay, so I feel like I want to use the Composer one. I don't really have a good reason other than it's Composer. So let's give, we're gonna try this Composer deploy, and it seems like from what we're reading here, it will basically make information on this page possibly more accurate. So we will go ahead and let that happen. Oh boy, what happened here? Okay. Directory does not exist. Okay, well, anytime I see a problem with the vendor directory, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see, where are we in no man's land? Oh yeah, look at that. Things went sideways. Good golly. Well, let's try this. First, I'm going to delete my vendor directory. So let's close all these other things. And I'm just going to delete this and delete the vendor directory completely. Goodbye, vendor directory. And then I'm going to do a ddev composer install. And this will take information from the composer.json file and the composer.lock file and reinstall all of those dependencies. So let's see if that gets us past that error. And even if it does, I'm not even sure what version of Drupal we're going to be at if that finished. I have a feeling it didn't. But we'll find out. Let's just let this.
See, Mike, you do this and it's like you just delete stuff and then you go back and do something else. But I mean, I know for myself is like that, you know, not knowing what you know, it's pretty scary.
Well, I mean, but that's, I mean, you have to have a little bit of knowledge about Composer to know that, you know, Composer manages that vendor directory. And the whole point of Composer is it can reproduce your dependencies based on what's in composer.json, composer.lock. So I have no problem deleting the vendor directory because I know that all the information I need to exactly recreate it is in these two files.
And you just do a composer
install.
Yeah, I have to do that with Tony's site. But the first time I did it, it caused me anxiety.
yeah, I'm sure. So the upgrade did not take yet. So I'm going to let this finish, and then I'm going to try doing the Composer update again to 8.9. We'll see what happens. So right off the bat, we end up with a little hiccup, but let's see if we can't get past it.
That always happens to me. That big red bar. I'm like, well, crap.
Let's see if anything happened with GDPR in the meantime since last week. How do we get, I searched for Kim. Kim, I searched for you, I'm sorry. Did I not copy that? Copy. What is going on? It's like, I think Composer's like slowing down PHP Storm. So let's just do this. DP space GDPR. All right. So any commits lately? No. Any, let's see, there's an RTBC. Oh, this is the automated one. Does this, I don't know if this gets, yeah, so even with this patch, the module is not compatible. So this is the project update bot, which came by and created a decent sized patch, 12K. So there's a lot of, this is all done by that bot. But even once that patch is applied, there's still work to be done. So GDPR is not yet ready. All right, it's reinstalling all of our dependencies here. I have the, what's the name of that? I always forget the name of it. This top 4 Composer Cleanup VCS Directories plugin. It's a Composer dependency installed. If you commit your dependencies to your repository as I do, this will automatically delete Git directories when something gets cloned. So like Pathologic doesn't have a release version, it has a dev version that got cloned. So as soon as that got cloned, this plugin cleaned up behind it so that I don't have any problems when I
So you just put that in your composer.json file?
well, no, you just add it as a dependency. So you do a composer require of that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm still using the old scaffolding plugin here, so that's why that is. Okay, so let's see if we have our site. Okay, so that's working. So now let's try to, once again, let me just out of curiosity now. Let's do a git status. Other thing we could do is we could just, oh, all that stuff got deleted. I guess Twig got updated. We have to be very careful here moving forward. So git diff composer.json. Okay, so it's just a one change, although I think we're still running. I think we're still running 8.8.6, so I still have to run that update. We're still in 8.8.6, so let's try it again. Let's see if we get the same error. It is core recommended. I'm just gonna eyeball everything to make sure I'm not doing something stupid. Drupal core recommended to 8.9 with dependencies. Let's try it again. Why is my vendor directory untracked? Something interesting is happening. How can it be untracked if this? I think it deleted everything from vendor, but then it's calling untracked. I don't know what's going on, but we'll figure it out. All right, so it looks like we are so far so good. Oh, look at that, we got the same. Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Get status. All right, so let me do this. Let's just do a git checkout vendor. Oh, let me see, can I do it? I mean, if I do one, can I get the rest? Git checkout. I guess we just want to, do we want to do the reset head? Might have to do that. So what we're gonna do is basically I'm gonna reset, since I have everything in Git here. So the command is, so git reset head hard. I always forget what the exact, I don't do it that often. Yeah. Git reset. We want to throw away uncommitted changes. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we just want to do git reset hard head. And what this should do is this should basically throw out all my uncommitted changes, basically everything that Composer did, even my little minor change I did to Composer.json. It'll probably throw away my 2 PHP 7.4 issues as well. But let's do that. Let's see if we get back to somewhere that is reasonable.
Hey,
Git
Mike,
status.
it was having problems with the Zen stuff
I think so, yep.
because some of the Zen modules switched over to that, what was it, Llamas or whatever?
Okay, I don't know about that, but
That's been creating issues for some people, and I'm not sure if that's related to this.
could be, could be. All right, so we got most of it untracked. Okay, so we're still up and running, so that's good. I'm actually going to delete my vendor directory again. So I want to be clean. Git status. All right, so now let's try. Git status. Okay, now we're clean. Now we're clean. We're back to where we started now. Okay, so, can I get high enough for that error? Oh, shoot. I should have copied that error. All right, so what I'm going to do next is I'm going to come in here and actually here, let me just remake my, where's it? Ddev config.yaml. Let me remake these 7.4 changes. Well, we have fallen into a rabbit hole today, huh? All right, so put these back since I reset those a second ago. So let me just go through this. Just want to make sure there's nothing else here that maybe could have been an issue. So I definitely want to try to go to 8.9. Installer, Symfony Finder. Do I need Symfony Finder? I don't even know if I really need that there. All right, I actually think I have to run the update command again because I really need that error if we're going to figure out what the problem is. Hey, Majun, how are you?
I'm good.
Good. So we are recording, just so you know, I'm recording this.
I saw, that's why I limited my comments.
You're very muffled. It's like you're talking through a thick sock or a mitten.
Is that better?
Yeah, that's better. All right, let's see if hopefully we get the same error. Well, hopefully, sort of, and not hopefully. Okay, there we go, same error. So let's just do some. All right, so I'm gonna go right to the Drupal issue queue. And let's just, we're gonna do invalid argument exception, and let's just do this last bit. And search. Oh, okay, and version 8. That's gonna return way too many. Composer update. How about if I put 8.9 in there? 8.9. No, that's too much. Is there a version, all 8.9? Ah, no, no. Let's get rid of that and just do composer update at 8.9. Don't pin the composer installer version in Drupal core recommended. The problem is this is a little bit too. So David, you said you saw something about this Laminas. So let's.
Yeah, I
throw that
posted the
in there.
link in the chat.
Oh, I didn't see. This one right here is what I'm assuming. Uh, 895. Okay, now you posted a different one, so I'll open that one as well. So this is just for dependencies. Here at the bottom. Oh, lots of discussion. Okay, no, I don't want to get involved. Well, can I get to? So basically it adds that and removes Zen framework. But then there's additional, so there's a lot of code there. And this was committed to 8.9. Then stdlib, was that one of them? It was one of them, indeed. So is something else? So Zend is not mentioned anywhere else here. I guess the other, well, here, maybe what we can do is we can do this. So let's do another git reset hard head. Git status. All right, again, delete the vendor directory. So we get absolutely clean. All right, so I'm going to try doing this without updating dependencies. Maybe that's part of the issue, if not the issue. I'm just hoping that there's not some other conflict, there's not some other dependency that is also, that has some dependency conflict with that stuff. So let's see if we can get
When in
past it
doubt, I
this way.
just do a Drupal or a composer update dash dry run just to see what it wants to do.
Yeah, I could have used dry run. Yep, that's fair.
But I'm saying leave off the Drupal restriction and stuff just to see what it wants to do, because sometimes it'll do some things outside of what you thought.
Oh, right. It's just like do a naked update with the dry run.
Yeah, that way it won't do anything, but it'll show you at least.
All right, so nothing to it. So I can't update it. So, okay, so these are all. Well, it's going to give me a lot of stuff because we know that we have a lot of yeah, I don't know how useful it's going to be because there's so many modules. Can't spell. There's so many modules that have to be updated, so it's going to give us a lot of information. So these are all depreciation notices. These are all abandoned. I guess what I could do is I could look to see what depends on that. Yeah, so it's not gonna, yeah, it's gonna, you know, so the dry run thinks everything's gonna be cool. All right, so let's do this. It crashed on this one. So let's do a ddev composer depends on this. So what depends on this? Core recommended. So what depends on? Actually here, Zen, I'm just gonna do this, make it easier. Just wanna make sure I don't have any other. Okay, that's fine. These are all things that are indirectly.
I also cheated. I was started out with that Drupal project template, and for 8.9 what I did was I started from scratch with the recommended project, and all I did was add my modules that I required and ran the composer install, and then I loaded the database from the other one, did a update DB, and everything was cool.
Okay.
So I kind of skipped over having the baggage from the old version.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I don't want to do the whole tree. I thought I could just do. Am I doing the whole tree? No, wait, that's not the whole tree. So upgrade status. So I think I got a clue here. The upgrade status requires this array to text table, which requires Zen framework, Zen text. So upgrade status module, the one that I'm using, ultimately or is it Zen? Yeah. Ultimately it requires this. So if core recommended is trying to get rid of this, that's upgrade status is not going to be cool with that. All right, so where am I? Get started. Am I back to clean? I don't want to do anything. Let me just, again, I'm going to get back to where I was clean. Git reset hard head. All right, we're going to have to change our PHP stuff again. You know what I'm doing? I'm going to leave those two files open just so I don't forget about them. Let's stay on 7.3 just for a few minutes until we get this figured out. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so I am going to go look at, I wonder if 8.9 requires upgrade, requires a dev version of upgrade status. Oh, 2.7. I think I'm on 2.6, right? Okay, maybe that will fix the issue. Let's look at the release notes for 2.7. I don't see anything about those dependencies. All right, I'm gonna update that anyway. All right. Git status. Okay. DDev, composer, update, Drupal, upgrade status with dependencies. Man, who knew this was going to be such a pain? I thought this was going to be bing, bang, boom. I do hear a lot that when I teach, people like to see me mess up, or not mess up, but just have problems in how we debug. So that did not change those dependencies.
And that looks like what it loaded when I installed it.
Okay. And status report, then new tab. Okay, no upgrade updates available. No database updates. So I'm going to commit this change. Oh, here, you know what I'm going to do? Let's do this. Let's make these changes. That way we can commit them and they will stick now. Okay, save that, close that, save that, close that. I'm going to need that. Okay, git status, git add web modules, contrib, upgrade status, git add vendor, git add .ddev/config, git add pantheon.yaml, git status, git, I forgot about the composer.lock, git commit-m updated, upgrade status module, and PHP to 7.4. All right, git status. I don't have very high hopes, but I'm gonna try it again. Let's try it again. Not very optimistic though, because I don't think we've identified or fixed the issue.
Is your base composer the Drupal project or what?
It's kind of a hybrid because it was started out as a Pantheon template that was very similar to Drupal Composer, Drupal project. And then I modified it once, and then I modified it a second time to start bringing it more in line with the recommended project one. So I am using core recommended, but I haven't updated it enough to use the new scaffolding plugin. So it's still using the old scaffolding plugin because that has some Pantheon stuff in it that I gotta fix.
Yeah, that comes right after the Laminas standard
Yeah.
live one.
I'm just gonna try, let me just try doing it again. Without doing anything. So I wonder if, all right, so if I get the same error, I'm gonna reset head again. I'm gonna delete vendor, reset head again, and I'm gonna see if this library exists before we start. Because otherwise, I don't know like where it would have been removed. Like this is just all updating all of these. And Zend is not mentioned. Did I just get the same error? I just got the same error, right? I did, okay, so here we go. Here we go, because I like doing things 38 times.
Well, that's
Delete
a
vendor.
scaper. The one before it was standard lib.
Oh, all right, well, regardless, let me,
Which was another of those that was replaced. So maybe it's just got to go through each of those as it replaces them.
I guess we're gonna hit that a couple times. Okay, so there's our vendor directory, Zend framework, so they are there. So let's watch them as we do it this time. Do they get deleted at some point? And the question is, you know, this may not update fast enough for us to see, but let's give it a shot. Otherwise, I think you're right, David. I think I'm just going to try doing it multiple times until we get past all the errors, which would be a really ugly solution. And it's not one I feel great about because I don't really understand what's causing it.
Could
But
that just be a problem with the autoloader not being up to date at the time with the change as they're switching from one to the other?
Could be, but I guess right now I'm more focused on what is the, you know, so it says it doesn't exist, but oh, now it's gone. Something did delete it. I wonder if it's a composer issue. I'm willing to bet it's something funky that I have in my composer.json, but
Could it be a conflict between two things? One's that it's toggling back and forth between new and old versions of something?
sure.
Yeah, because it's just jumping back and forth between Zend Escaper and Zend Standard Lib.
Well, I haven't done it. I'm doing it a third time now. So let's see. It hasn't jumped back. It's only jumped forward. Let's see if we can get it through the whole thing before it hits another issue. There's Zend feed. Oh boy, how many of these are we gonna have to get through? I guess all of these, right? We got, what do we have left? Service manager.
Maybe you need with all dependencies.
That's not, is that a thing with all dependencies?
Yeah,
What does that do?
there's a with all dependencies, and then there's also an update with all dependencies. I think the update you put on when you do a require.
We got past it. Unbelievable that looks like it's gonna work.
So that was like, what, 4 or 5 of the ones that switched?
4. But we're getting 8.9, so I don't know. I guess, you know, that's good.
Yeah, anytime you have a with dependencies, there's also a with all dependencies, and I'm not sure what the difference is.
Yeah, is that the difference between direct and indirect dependencies? Like with dependencies, just direct, but with all checks indirect dependencies as well?
I suppose you could be going through one set of dependencies and then that introduces another set.
Let's see. Actually, I don't even need to do that. Well, let's just do it here. Composer update help. Yes. Authorize dependencies of whitelisted packages to the whitelist, including those defined in the root package, except those defined in the root package. So by root package, are they talking about the composer.json or the thing that you're updating? Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, well, still chugging along over there. All right. So these two are still not replaced, but not going to worry about that. All right, and my old scaffolding plugin is still working. I really do need to replace that at some point. Okay, so will it blend? Come on, there we go, 8.9. And do we have any database updates? We do have some database updates. So let me just make a note of that in my thing. So let's just change this just to updates. Drupal core 8.9, just make a note of that. And see what to do it through here. That way we can system layout builder and views. While that's running, I'm also curious to do a get status, core, and vendor. All right, so that went clean, very good. Again, I will pay a small sum of money if someone adds status report right there. It's crazy that it's not there. Maybe we'll do that in a future office hours. We'll create that patch. All right. All right, we're updated and I'm gonna assume that everything's right. We're gonna have plenty of time to poke around before we push it anywhere live. So let's do a git add web / core, git add vendor, git add composer.lock, git status, git add. So these are, well, let's see what's changed. So here's some scaffolding files, git diff.ht, web.aht access. So we do have some changes here, and I don't think mine was ever customized. So I think I'm just going to accept these. All right, git add web / ht access. These are both default and example, but I actually like to look at these when I can type. So just comments, a bunch of new comments. Oh, a new migration related setting, but I'm not going to be migrating anytime soon, so we'll add this one as well. Oh, I don't want to do that. Git status, git add web sites default dot settings. And then finally, we do a git diff on the example settings local. It's something I do use. So, oh, it's a spelling. Spelling, oh, look at that, some nice grammar changes, but nothing of note, so git add. All right, git status, I think we're good. Git commit -m upgrade, updated Drupal core to 8.9.0. Woot. Git status. All right, so far so good. Okay, so those two things which I thought were gonna take us a few minutes took us about a half hour, but we're past them. So we're at 7.4. We are at 8.9, and along the way, we actually also updated the upgrade status module, whether or not we needed to, but it's updated now. So let's get back to this composer deploy stuff. Let's see what this does. So let's add this. DDev composer require Drupal /composer_deploy. I have that right, composer_deploy. So it hooks in. We can just take a quick look. And is there anything in the .module file? System info alter, so this is where it hooks in. Update project status. All right, this is only something I'm gonna have enabled locally. So I'm not gonna worry about it. I will put it in my split though. Why don't I do that? ddev.drush en-y composer deploy. So here's another task. Future tasks. Get updated database, add upgrade status, and composer deploy to local split. So I'm not gonna do that today. Okay, so we've enabled composer deploy. Before I refresh, more accurate custom versus contributed categorization and better available updates recommendations. So let's see, I mean, maybe we'll get something new in here. Maybe we'll get some more information in here. Let's find out. So I'll just do a full cache rebuild. Now that module's enabled, let's see what that does. Well, it's a warning and something about composer deploy, but I don't see anything all that different. Does anybody else see anything different? I don't. So, all right, give me a second. I want to take some notes on what we did today, just so when I post this video we have. So what did we do? We updated PHP to 7.4, updated Drupal core to 8.9, enabled composer deploy module, updated upgrade status module. Okay, so that's what we've done today so far. All right, well, I'm going to commit that. I don't know what it's going to do for us, but I'm only ever going to use it on my local, so I'm fine committing it. Git add composer.json, composer.lock, vendor, and web modules contrib composer deploy. Git status, git commit-m, added composer deploy module. Git status, okay, we are still clean, or we're about to clean. All right, well, let's just kind of keep chugging along from where we left off last week. let's go to classy paragraphs. So this is a module that I have enabled on the site. Oh, Bootstrap, sorry, I skipped one. Bootstrap Paragraphs. No known compatibility issues is aiming for release together with Drupal 9. I don't know if I need Bootstrap Paragraphs, classy paragraphs, or even paragraphs enabled at this point. So why don't we do a little research into the site and see if I need paragraphs at all. I'm hoping I can just disable it completely. So we got a lot of windows here. So let's come over here to content. And I believe I have a landing page type. So this is my new one. This is the one that I'm using right now. So if you look at pages that are built with Layout Builder, this is all like my DCO, DrupalEasy Academy, my workshops, the home page, the DDev class. Oh no, this is actually, I'm sorry, the Pantheon class, project coaching. So these are all kind of my up-to-date, currently used landing pages on the site. These are my old ones, and they are all unpublished. And I'm pretty sure, that's what we're gonna check around. I'm pretty sure that this is the only content type I have that uses the paragraphs on the site. So if that's the case, then I can go ahead and disable the paragraphs module. It will basically destroy this content, but I don't really care because it's all been moved to Layout Builder landing pages. So how am I going to do this? Let's start with the field list. So if we come over here, field list, and I just do like a Command F for paragraphs, nothing comes up there, but it's multi-page in Drupal 8. Nothing comes up again. I think in Drupal 7, it was all on one page. Yeah, okay, so, yeah, these are paragraph types. Oh yeah, so this is gonna tell me what I want. This is just gonna tell me the paragraph types. We might have to dive into the database for this. I want to know, let's do it, let's do this. Let's go content, I'm sorry, structure, content types, landing page manage. What did I call that field? Unfortunately, I called it page content instead of like field paragraphs or something. Right, this is the page, this is the field that actually uses all the paragraph types. So let me see if anything else is sharing this machine name. Why don't we start with that? I mean, I'm 85% sure that it's the only thing I'm using. Yeah. Oh, maybe I can search for entity reference revisions. Let's do that. Reference revisions. So nothing on this page. All right, so here's my landing page. So if I'm not using this field type anywhere else, then I'm not using paragraphs anywhere else, and we don't even have to look at the database. All right, so these are all my paragraph types. These are all paragraph types. Paragraph type, paragraph type, paragraph type, I think. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I am now, let's move this up to like 95% sure. I'm gonna do one other thing. I'm gonna look at the database. So let's launch SQL Pro. Where is it? Oh, that's over, came over here. Oh, come here. Okay, so if I do paragraph, paragraph items, ID, revision I know. See, this is not gonna help me. Parent type. As long as all these say field page content, and these are all paragraphs down here, paragraph types. Yeah, so we're good. There is no other content type where I'm using paragraphs. So here's what we're gonna do. For safety, I mean, I know I have the database backed up, but what the heck, I'm just gonna make a local backup. No, you know what, I'm not gonna, oh, I better, just good practice, right? DDev export DB to pre-paragraphs, delete or uninstall, and I'm going to put the date June 11, 2020. .sql.gc.
And throw in the snapshot there to make it easier to roll back.
Snapshots take up too much room, in my opinion. And I'm short on hard drive space as it is. These database dumps are just, they're a lot smaller for me. If I had unlimited hard drive space, I agree with you, but I'm always a little bit short. Okay, so there's my database backup if, God forbid, something goes wrong. So ddev.drush pm uninstall paragraphs. And let's see, there's, oh, okay, I literally have to remove all that content. All right, let's do it. Landing page. All of them are unpublished. Delete, delete. And just to make myself feel better, homepage is still there. DDev page is still there. Drupal Career Online is still there. Okay. I don't know where I'm going, but let's just, is that enough? Or is you going to complain that I have, there's content for the entity type paragraph removed. If I delete those, I mean, I have paragraph types, but all my paragraph entities should be gone. They're not all gone. Oh, how can I delete all my stuff? Because I don't have a page here that shows me I have all my types. But I don't actually have a page that shows me all of my paragraph entities. And they all have been, I'm tempted just to delete all these tables, knowing that I've got a backup. That's lame, because I deleted them, but it didn't clean up after itself. I mean, if I delete, how many of these actually have content? I mean, I could just do this, but man, oh shit, don't want to do that. Sorry. Oh gosh, my language is horrible. Do you guys hear that? That's on the recording. Everyone knows I have bad language. I'm afraid to delete the whole table for fear that that will like break things. So I'm gonna bite the bullet here and just go table by table, as stupid as this is. And just delete all these records, and hopefully that will convince the paragraphs module that there's no more content. All right, we're halfway. Oops. Super exciting, I know. I got some music playing in the background. I don't know if that's coming through, but it's good music for watching someone delete a bunch of stuff. I had a lot of stuff about Nashville, DrupalCon Nashville, when I was doing this paragraph stuff. Keep on seeing that pop up. And that sucks is I think I'm going to have to redo this when I push to live. Or I can just copy the live database down. Oh, I'm going to have to figure out some way to do that. That blows. All right, so I think everything starting with paragraph is clear. Hopefully the site is not completely hosed. No, it's not ever going to be hosed. Okay, so let's try it again. Please, I'm asking nicely, uninstall yourself. Yes, 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 I want you to do that. Yeah, composer deploy. So that's that composer deploy module giving me another PHP warning. All right, so we're gonna have to make a note about this because this is a bummer. To disable paragraphs, bootstrap paragraphs and classy paragraphs, I needed to delete all landing page nodes, manually delete all records from all tables that start with paragraph or paragraphs. So I guess we can write an update hook or something to do that, but that's lame. But successfully uninstalled, so let's see if the world exploded. Because that actually took care of 3 things at once. All right, there's composer deploy again, causing warnings. Nothing horrible there. This should get a little bit better because now look, we got rid of 3 that were red with that one thing. And content reset and DCO, go back to DCO page. All right, so looks like we're good. So do I want to do a composer remove? I kind of feel like I do because I don't think I'm going to be using paragraphs again in the future. So let's do that. DDev. Let's see. I got to be careful about this. I just have to remember to delete that stuff before I push this. DDev composer remove Drupal /par. You know what? I'm not going to remove it yet. I'm gonna hedge. So there's gonna be a future task. Composer remove paragraphs. No, it's bootstrap paragraphs. Bootstrap paragraphs and classy paragraphs. All right. Good. Where are we on time? We got a little more time here. So, okay, good. Check. Config split. We need 1.5. And it's at RC3. So I'm thinking maybe we are going to wait on this one because maybe next week it will have a full release. Mm -mm -mm. 2018. Wait, am I looking at the right one? Where am I going? Upgrade status, sorry. It says RC3 is available, config split. Oh, there it is right there, RC3. And let's just see what the release notes. Oh, that's super helpful. Let's see, open issues, see if there's a Drupal 9. So, you know what we're gonna do here? Let's do this. View commits, how often is this being committed to? 3 days ago is the last one. June 3rd, April 3rd. Okay, so it looks like there's some work going on right now. So I'm gonna wait. We're gonna wait on config split, hoping that, next week, this will have a full 1.5 release. That we don't have to update it twice. Sound good? Everybody agree? All right. CTools. Looks like a no-brainer. I like no-brainers. So let's treat this as a regular old module update. I'm going from 3.2 to 3.4. So let's look at the release notes for 3.4 and 3.3. No new features have been added since 3.3. Only bug fixes. Good, good, good. Like to hear that. 3.3. Mainly bug fix for CTools. Bunch of bugs, no warnings. Seems pretty darn straightforward. Let's do it. Git status. DDev composer update Drupal/CTools with dependencies. Okay, so what is it? Removed all paragraphs, content, uninstalled. Did I write that down? Updated CTools. I'm basically going to take these and put them right into the notes for this video. All right, CTools up to 3.4, fantastic. And we'll come back here and reload the status report, see if we have any updates to do. Database is up to date. And, oh, did I hit it too quickly? There we go. And CTools is now, oh, we're still getting errors and warnings though. Fix manually, check manually. 1648. Ah, okay. That's an old scan. So after we do this, we have to rescan. So here, let's just, yeah, I gotta remember to do that. So I'm gonna check that. Let me rescan. That should turn it green. Those errors were old from the previous version. Hey, Micah, how are you?
Oh,
See that you joined us.
how are you? Oh, yes, I took very late, but
That's okay.
it's,
There's no time you have to be here.
yes, yeah, and I did make it a decent portion of the way through last week's session.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Good. I mean, hopefully, I'm definitely learning stuff. So hopefully we're all learning stuff. That composer stuff we ran into earlier was, I don't know if you saw that, getting up to 8.9. That was a pain, but David had a good idea there and got us past that. All right, CTools is green, yay. All right, entity reference revisions. I should be able to disable this one too, because I believe I only use this for paragraphs module. So let us go to extend and reference revisions required by stuff that's all disabled. So we're going to disable that as well. ddev.drush pm uninstall entity reference revisions. Woohoo! Okay, so one more module we don't need. Oh, I'm in the wrong place. And I'll just go ahead and just reload all my status, all my reports. Make sure we're still good. Database updates are good. No more entity reference revision. All right, split we're gonna wait on. environment indicator, up to date, but not ready. It's calling Drupal set message. So let's see where environment indicator. So again, this is not, I think I do use this on my live site. This is the thing that makes this bar green on my local and it gives it a little name. And then if you go to I'll just show you, if you go to DrupalEasy.com, I'm pretty sure I'm logged in, it turns it red and calls it live. So environment indicator basically just modifies your admin toolbar with colors and a label. So I have this red just so I know don't make any silly changes on here. That's like stop. And green is like do whatever you want, go crazy. It's the Wild West. So that's what environment indicator does. So let's take a look at, I'll leave that there. Let's do environment indicator. And let's see. Okay, so it hasn't had an update in a while, but there's some that are RTBC, so that's a good sign. Let's look at those first. Maybe there's a Drupal 9 one. Look at that. Okay, so 5 that are ready to go, and they've been sitting there for a while, so that kind of bothers me. So let's just see what this update project page is. Okay. Deprecated code report. So there's our set message. This feels like one that, okay, so this person added the core version requirement. So the deprecations are fixed here. Yep. All right, so this one is ready to go, but the maintainer has not committed it. So what do we do? Well, let's make a note. We're gonna be patient. So let's make a note about some of these. Let's do this. Module notes. All right, so Gdpr, we have that note. Config split, currently on 1.5 RC3, I think, waiting for 1.5.0 D9 ready to update. All right, so for now, we're just gonna wait on config split like we talked about. And then we're gonna kind of do the same for environment indicator. Currently, all right, well, let's do this. D9 ready patch is RTBC. I'll put the link in there. Let's see if it gets applied soon. So we'll kind of just wait on this one, and maybe this time next week it'll be applied, and then there'll be a new version. Maybe committed is better. So we'll put that issue in there. All right, so let's not rush to do anything there. I mean, the worst case, we could just apply that patch. We have Composer. We have the Composer patches, so we could just apply the patch and make it ready. But let's be patient on that one. In a few more minutes, let's see what else is next. EU cookie compliance. This module is ready. We're on 1.8. It says 1.9 is ready. If so, it'll be a nice, easy one. Numerous fixes, Drupal 9 support, couple of features, blah, 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 blah. Seems fantastic, and I vote we update it. DDev, Composer, update, Drupal / with dependencies, go. So I'm gonna assume that's gonna work, and I'm gonna update my notes here. Updated EU cookie compliance module. I'm assuming that's going to finish. Let's close that. Oh, I didn't even commit I'm gonna have to combine and commit. I don't like doing that. I should have committed CTools in a separate commit. All right, we're at 1.9 there. And we're gonna rescan because we learned our lesson last time. I'll redo that. I didn't want to close that, but let's see. All right, database updates for EU cookie compliance, I hope. There's that composer deploy. That composer deploy module, I'm not sure how long it's going to last in my system if I don't know what it's doing and it's throwing warnings. Okay, so that changes some variable names. That's fine, but let's make a note. EU cookie compliance. Composer deploy, composer deploy, composer deploy. Yeah, that module, I suspect that's going to get uninstalled next week. All right, upgrade status, reload. And EU cookie compliance is now green. All right, I think that's a good place to stop because the next one is Google Analytics, and I'm gonna go from 2.4 up. I'm gonna go up to the major version, and I'm actually gonna do the same thing for Honeypot. I'm gonna go from 1 to 2. So those are gonna take a few more minutes. And libraries, I'm not sure what's going on there. I'm not even sure if I really need libraries anymore. So regardless, those will take a few minutes. So we're actually making good progress. We've updated PHP. We updated Drupal core. Our custom stuff has already been done. We updated a bunch of projects. We disabled 4 modules, which is fantastic, which is one of my favorite things to do. And yeah, and I think that's where we're going to end. So anybody who's on the call have any questions about what we did? How about I do my Git stuff? Git add web.
No, but I look forward to watching the first half of it.
Oh, it was a dumpster fire. Yeah, we had a hard time. Git status and git status. Git add composer.lock and vendor. Git status. Git commit-m updated CTools and EU cookie compliance modules. Git status, git push origin, and I have a Drupal 9 branch I've been pushing to that eventually we'll test on. All right, there we go. All right, well, I'm going to stop the recording. So until next time, thanks for watching.
Hope you have a great one.